What's up, Escape Sipes Custom Audio Reimagine. It is day one on a big build that we are a day behind on, and we're supposed to have it done by tomorrow, which means this is going to be crunch time. Huge 2022 Chevy Silverado HD. This is a very nice truck. I did not realize how big these things are from the front, but this thing is ridiculous. This is bigger than my Hummer. Here we have the non-Bose with the, say 7-inch, maybe 8-inch touchscreen. And this is a truck that you cannot change the radio out, from what I understand. If you can, it is a little salty. And also there's no integration piece for it. There's no Amp Pro. There's nothing that'll integrate. RPO code audio system is the iOS system. So even Axis, which is the brand I try to stay away from, they do make an interface for this, but it will not work on this truck. It only works on the IOK, I believe. So what we're gonna be doing in here is an LC5I interface going high level to get everything we need to put in a full audio control system, which is something kind of different because I really don't ever do high-level systems. I always integrate or figure out a way to integrate. But it seems like this truck is just one of those ones where there is no way around it. But I'll show you what's going to go in here. Yeah, we got the LC5I. So that's going to also have our ACR1 for the sub control. We've got the 2.75s going up in the dash. We have the Audiocontrol 6.5s going in the front door. We have the 6.5s going in the back door, and we have the new Altitude 5 channel, which is the A1100.5. That's going to be running everything. And we also have in the back of my Hummer, because it's so heavy I haven't brought it in yet, the preloaded, made for this truck audio control sub enclosure. I believe it's loaded with two 10-inch subs. Now to make this all work so nothing gets cut, we have the LPH GM72, drop the harness, GM72 interface harness. This will plug in behind the radio. Coming off of that, if you're ever gonna do one of these, be smart and get the LPH EXT17. These are the speaker wire extensions, so 17-foot extenders. So you'll come off of this and be able to feed the high level through these all the way to the back, but then you can also loop back up to feed out through the factory wiring. Saves you a whole lot of wire, whole lot of time. That'll work. Then we have a 4-gauge amp kit. We've got our speaker adapters, we've got our speaker harnesses. We have everything we should need to do this job. The only thing we don't have is time. I was supposed to start it yesterday, but I didn't start it yesterday because a couple things. One is that 64 Ford is still here. It's going to be here for another week probably. That's another video. I have a whole video for that Ford. It's either up now or it's going to go up when I get it done. There's a whole story behind it. But for now, we have to ignore that thing and get onto this truck because this guy wanted this done tomorrow. I'm hoping to get it done tomorrow. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just blow it apart. I'm going to strip everything out of it. I want all this stuff out of my way so I can get to work and then just start hammering equipment in. All right, where are we at? Door panels removed, speakers removed. A-pillars removed, speakers removed. All that's done. Amplifier decision making. Check this out. Like a glove, bro. This thing literally fits perfectly. I mean, like a glove. It slides. Slides right in there. Oh yeah. That's the only problem I have. I leave it to the customer. If it's mine, I cut that with scissors. I don't give a shit. But these are expensive. And if I cut that and the customer didn't like it, well, then he's pissed. So I usually just leave them like that. I tell the customer they can fold it, they can cut it, they can do whatever they want to do. But that's where the amp's going to go. Because this whole storage tray thing comes out. This all gets removed and the box is going to set and it takes up this whole space and it has an opening here for the jack. So there's really nowhere for the amp back here. I'm not going to remove the seats and take out the backs here to go on the back wall. And we have the speakers. So front door speakers on their adapters, rears on their adapters, the 2.75s that are going to go up into the dash. I am going to go get some sound deadening tape, and we're going to do some foam, put foam rings on here just to get the coupling. And I'm also going to foam the back sides here so they seal up against the door a little bit tighter. So I've got the door speakers in, and I need to do the 2.75s. These, I don't know if my distributors just don't ever have them or what they are, but these plugs, sometimes I swear I have them, and then I go to try and use what I have and they don't fit. I've ran into this a few times. I think there is actually a plug that they're using on the dash that there is no aftermarket plug for. If I'm wrong, but I've ran into this so many times where I do have the plug on some cars, but then others, like I have one that looks just like this, but it will not work in the truck. It's off just a little bit. So I'm kind of tired of tapping. And the passenger side speaker in there, it is so short. I will have to physically get my elbows into like windshield and stuff to try and do a tap. So I've decided I'm going to go ahead and desolder this connector and just take this connector off this speaker because I don't care about this $2.50 speaker. And it gives me a good opportunity to bust out something I bought. This was so long ago. I bought this at Knowledge Fest in Las Vegas in February. So Martin Tool Company, he had this product there, and I was like, yeah, man, I'll buy it. So I did. And it's a soldering iron, but it's supposed to be like an instantly cold. So it'll instantly heat up, solder, let off the button, and it's cold. It won't burn you. I don't even know how it works. I've never even opened it. It's just been sitting here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and break this out and use this to desolder these tips just to give me a reason to, because I keep always grabbing my Milwaukee. I always just grab this because it's convenient. And this is just put away. It's probably not even charged, but I'll let you know how it works. Okay, so right off the bat, when I picked it up and took it out of the box, I realized this looks like a giant... I mean, there's just no way around this, bro. So, Martin, so far, cool. But let's add some like shark fins or flames or... No, then it'd be ribbed for her pleasure. I don't know. I don't know of a way to make this not, but... Okay, so I've got the tip on here. The instructions basically just say push down on this button. Okay, is there a way to lock this button down? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, holding this button down kind of sucks. Oh, there we go. There we hit the solder point. Okay, so now how do I test if it instantly cools? Shit. Yeah, it's hotter than shit. Well, it does work. I will have to play with it a little bit to see if it's amazing. I'm not dissing the Martin Tool Company. I will probably come up with a solution for the button. I would say make that not momentary. On off would be much better because holding it down kind of awkward. I don't know, we'll see. I've got some circuit board stuff I need to solder. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so got that. We soldered this on there, so this will plug right back into the truck. I had to cut that little plastic piece, same as on this one. It's what was holding the capacitor. I didn't trim this one back all the way because honestly I was afraid it was going to crack, and it's part of the terminal. So I need to go ahead and remove this secondary terminal on this one, straighten it out. Then I will solder it to that one, and then I can go put them in the car. Because this has these base blockers it comes with. You put those in line, so you can unplug the speaker from there if you wanted to. Cool. Okay, so I'm breaking my own rule. It might bite me in the ass, hopefully not though. But I think I'm gonna be done for the night. And the sun is still out. It's Friday, and I can't remember the last time I took my wife out to eat. And I realized that, and I should probably do that, or you know, consequences. I'm in a really good place here with this truck. Like I've gotten to the point where I don't see me having a problem getting it done by tomorrow night. So by tomorrow, by 6 in the afternoon, it should be finished up. But I can show you where I'm at and why I'm in a pretty good place. Tomorrow's basically just the wiring, and I should be able to knock this thing out. Here we go, the sub box, not mounted yet, but the brackets are installed. I will point out, this did not come with the hardware. I was worried the hardware was in the box, like stuck to the magnets, but it was supposed to come with an M8 and a washer. I took out the subs just to make sure there was no loose hardware in there or stuck to the magnets, and they weren't. It just didn't come with it. So that kind of sucked because I had to track down an M8. I had M8s, but the pitch was wrong. But you have to have it for that nut right there, for that thread stud. So if you look, these things come with little brackets. And there's a bracket over there. And on the back here is the set screw. And you'll slide it in there and it'll lock in place. And that's how the sub box mounts into the truck, but you don't lose any of your jack stuff. It's actually really smart. And then this is a quick disconnect plug that'll have the speaker wire going to it. Then I just got to run speaker wire underneath the carpet. Up here is where I'm going to put everything. I realized I can fit the LC there as well. The vent, I am going to block it off. There's no way to 3D print anything to go up and over. I could go up and over the LC, but I can't go up and over the amp because there is not enough clearance. The seat literally rides right to the top of the amp. Like, I won't be able to put anything thicker than an 1/8 inch piece of ABS underneath this as a mounting plate because it's so close, because right there's the bar. So I am going to cap that off. It is what it is. It's not like it's any loss to the truck or anybody honestly would ever notice, but it's just something I figured I'd point out because someone will probably ask how I did the vent redirect, and there just really isn't a way to do it. I will build a plate tomorrow that will go this shape. All this can mount, and then this snaps into the body piece right here. That is what I'm going to use to snap down the plate to hold this in place, and then I'll do a strip of Velcro on this side. That way I don't have to put any holes in here and I'm not raising it and do anything crazy. I could come up and turn and go underneath these bolts as a mount, but honestly I don't think I can make that happen because this is such a perfectly tight fit. I don't have the space to come up with anything. So this is gonna fit just fine. So that right there kind of gave me I can knock it out tomorrow without much of a problem because now all my wiring can come to this one location. I'm not jumping across, running from there to there. That's simplistic. All the speakers are in, back doors. We've got the front doors. I did the foaming and sealing on the back sides of them. On the front here, I will do a foam ring if it looks like it needs it. I think the speaker panel with this adapter sticking out like it does, it's pretty damn close to the speaker as it is. So if I do a foam ring, it's going to be a very minimal ring. We have these speakers up here installed with my factory plug soldered on like I showed earlier. The only thing left is pull out this radio, plug in my T-harnesses, then drop my speaker output lines and then my speaker feed lines, and then they are going to run under to here. We're going to go into the high level input of the LC5i. That's how we're going to get the signal. And then we'll go RCA out from that into the 5-channel. Then we're going to go speaker feed lines out from that amplifier, which will be going there. And then that'll feed out to all the speakers. I will show you something very cool in this truck though. I was actually impressed. The hood ram, the hood scoop is functional. Check that shit out. So then when you shut your hood, that scoop's actually functional there. It's kind of cool. Feeling good about it. So I'm going to go ahead and go take my wife out so she's happy. I'll be right back tomorrow at 7 in the morning.
Cabe has no idea what the night has in store for him.
And we'll get back on this thing. See you tomorrow. Day 2 on the 2022 Chevy Silverado. And this is the perks, I guess, of having a shop by my house. Because it's 4 in the morning. And the reason I'm here is because I have insomnia. Since I was sick with COVID, I've had insomnia. And it's kind of ridiculous and it's very annoying. And I'm just tired of sitting there. So I decided I'm going to lay there and do nothing. I might as well get up and get to work. Now it's 8 a.m. So now it's time where I would normally be getting here. And I've got a lot done. So the power wire, it's pulled through the grommet there. So that's done. That was not easy. I've got all the panels back on. Door panels are on. Dash is back on. Everything on the underside of the dash is done. That's where the tuner is. T-harnesses, everything have been done. All the wiring is ran. All of it's going underneath the seat here. Now I've got the small little 1/8 inch basswood because that's all the thickness I could add. Right now the seat is just the little soft part is just barely touching the top of the amp. Like I have zero space to give. So I'm going on 31 hours now. Been awake. pretty fun. I'm actually really happy with the install. It is one of the cleanest installs I've done on the Chevys. So there we have the amp and the LC5i. I have not hooked up the RCAs yet. I had to make my own RCAs because they're literally only jumping like 6 inches. So I made my own RCAs for each one of those jumps. So I'm gonna go heat shrink those right now, but everything right now can be turned on. And I didn't do the RCAs, so everything can turn on without sending any sound. I just wanna make sure I get power, everything, you know, lights up, make sure we got power coming up here. And then I can go ahead and hook up my distortion meter. I can kind of set the gains and levels, run some pink noise through there, get all that stuff done before we actually have the speakers playing anything. High energy, I know. And my cheeks are super red. I don't know what's going on. But apparently my body is freaking out because I've been up so long. So I have Santa Claus cheeks going right now. Well, she's done, but I've cracked the code on these trucks. I'm gonna go ahead and just list out what I put in here. I'm actually gonna take a picture of all my gain settings and everything. Just copy exactly what I did, and you will have a phenomenal, amazing sounding system. The mids and highs, everything is just so clean. And the only clipping that you'll see is if you're listening to something really bass heavy, you'll get the clip light on the sub output to flicker a little bit. But I'm not overdriving any of the signal or nothing, and the volume is more than enough. Anything over half is like pretty well screaming on the radio, but it sounds fucking perfect, dude. I couldn't be happier with it. Hopefully the song really is copyright free. So if you don't hear it, it's because these people lied. I run into that a lot. They say they're copyright, but they're not. See what it does. Yeah, she's good. That is good. Bass knob, it's right there. So that's it. 2022 2500 HD Chevy Silverado non-Bose. Radio iOS is the RPO code in the books. Finished, kicks ass. I hit my deadline. I got it done in 2 days. It's Saturday. I believe it's about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So they will come pick this up, and I am going home and going to bed. And I'm not coming back until Monday. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take it easy.